Hi there! For this demo, I'm going to be dissecting a plant and labeling each part. So first of all, I have a plant in a pot with roots intact. I have different labels for the parts of a plant, specifically 4 or 5 of them. Some are a bit more extra. I have a knife to cut into the plant, and I have one without the roots just for an easy demonstration as well. So today we are going to be dissecting, which means taking apart a plant and labeling each part. Today we have a flower that we will take apart. This is the kind of flower that you may have in a garden, or maybe a pot in your house, or maybe you've seen one like this at the store. Okay? Now, before we cut into the plant, I want you to think about what you already know about plants. Think in your head, identify, do I know if a plant is alive? Does a plant grow? What does a plant need to grow? Where do plants grow? Are there different kinds of plants? Do different kinds of plants need different things? Do you already know the parts of plants? Okay, now I want you to make a prediction. What do you think the plant will look like on the inside? And what parts do you think we'll find? Write that down. Great job. Let's get started. First, I'm going to take my flower out from my pot. And the biggest thing that I see is down here. What is down here? These are the roots. They live under the ground. Or in this case, in the pot, they're under the dirt. So when I have it in my pot, you can't see them anymore. Okay? The roots are used to hold the plant in the ground and carry nutrients and water to the rest of the plant. So I'm going to lay that down here and we'll label it together. Okay, I've set my flower in this clear glass so we can see it all standing up. And I'm going to label down here roots with my tape. And what is the next thing that we find in our plant? Have you heard of the stem? The stem is right here. And it transports water and nutrients to the rest of the plant. It also helps to support it and keep it standing up. That way it can reach the sunlight. So we're going to label that as well. I'll put that right there. This is the stem. Now the next thing I see are the leaves. That's what all of these are right here. The leaves catch the sunlight and create the energy from the sunlight for the plant. This is called photosynthesis. So I'm going to label the leaves as well. And we'll tape it just like this. Now, the next thing I see, we all know what this is. This is the flower. In this case, it's a white flower. So we'll label this as well. I'll put it right down here. Now there's also another part of the plant. If I take off part of the flower, right up here, Now I have a petal. There's these white ones just like that. This one kind of looks like a heart. So I'm going to set the petal down here just so we can see it. This is the petal. Great listening, guys. Now, since I've labeled everything else, I'm going to try to look for the pollen. Now I'm going to have to cut into this flower to find it. So first I'm going to pull off the flower from the stem and cut into it like this. Now the pollen aids in reproduction, and the reproduction would make seeds and more plants. So if you look really closely, we have the pollen from the flower. It's like a powder. So I'll set that here and put the word pollen. The pollen would be right in here, right in the flower like that. Now, would you be able to explain the different parts of the plants and how they're related? You could try this at home and tell your parents all that you learned today. And I have another question. Now I want you to investigate and analyze the different parts of the plant and identify them by yourself and write them in your science notebooks. Write down what you noticed about the stem. Is it soft or firm? A little bit hard? How does the petal feel? Does the petal feel soft or rough or velvety? Write down some description words to help you to identify and analyze the different parts of the plant. Great job, and thank you so much for listening.